And this book was told to be an exquisite fantasy brimming with unforgettable characters, sizzling enemies to lovers romance, that's all we love, and richly drawn worlds. Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about all the books that I want to read during the month of December, and I really do hope that I get to read these. These are the books that I really want to read now in today's state of mind. So I don't know if that will change and I will replace some or add some, but currently these are the ones that I really want to get to. And the first one is the new release by V.E. Schwab, The Fragile Threads of Power. This is an adult fantasy, and this picks up 7 years after The Conjuring of Lights, or A Conjuring of Lights book, the third book in the Shades of Magic series. I know this is like technically a spin-off, but you cannot read this book without reading the Shades of Magic series. And it's an excellent series that I highly recommend everyone to read. And what I know about this book is that our Antari magicians went out of the grid in the last 7 years and no one really saw them. And a new Antari named Kosika has appeared in White London, taking the throne in someone else's absence. I'm not going to say who that someone is in case you didn't read the books yet. I don't want to spoil anything for you. They were pure joy and pain sometimes. And Kosika is feeding the city with blood, including her own. And I think she's like this new power-hungry person and her powers are growing. And I think somehow our main characters are going to intervene. I didn't want to read the whole synopsis for this. I want to be surprised and just enjoy the reunion with one of the dearest characters to my heart. And I cannot wait to start this new journey with Kel and Lila and Alucard and Rye and everyone else. I'm so happy that I have this copy in my hands right now, and I'm excited to just start this new journey with my favorite characters. So yeah, The Fragile Threads of Power is the first book. The second one that I want to get to is, let me pick it up, A Dowry of Blood. This is an adult historical fiction. I know that in this book we follow Constantana, one of Dracula's consorts, in her journey while she discovers the true face of her husband and how she handles everything she discovers. I heard only the best praises for this book, that it is out of this world and a must read for everyone. I mean, even Hannah Witten, the author For the Wolf, write that this is a dizzying nightmare of a romance that will leave you aching, angry, and ultimately hopeful. Katie Robert also blurbed it, stunningly gorgeous and devastatingly romantic, and I cannot wait to get to this one. And I think this is the perfect season, and I don't want to miss out on reading this one, because if I do, I'm 100% sure that I will be waiting for next year's fall or winter, and I don't want to do that. I really want to get to this one now. The next book that I want to get to is a Dawn of Onyx. I have it right here. This is my copy from Midnight Whispers that I mentioned to you, and the special editions books that you could buy with no subscription. And this is my copy from them, and it is stunning. I already showed it to you in a book haul video. So here we follow Arwen, and Arwen is offering her life to save her brothers and has been taken prisoner by the most dangerous kingdom on the continent. And they started to take advantage of her rare magical abilities to heal the soldiers of the vicious Onyx King. And in order to break free, she needs to team up with a fellow prisoner. He's very infuriating and he's so cunning, and of course we know what is happening there. And he seems to take twisted pleasures in playing on Arwen's deepest fears. And also Arwen has hidden powers inside of her, and she's trying to harness them to help her on her journey. This is a new adult fantasy romance. And we have all the tropes that we love. We have the enemies to lovers, the hidden identity, the he falls first, We have a morally gray main male character and the hidden powers that I mentioned, and also an angsty slow burn. And that is all I need to know to pick up this one. I really want to read this so I could just dive into the next one when it releases. So yeah, A Dawn of Onyx. The next one is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I want to reread this so I can finally read the second and last book, because this is only a duology, Two Twisted Crowns. The vibes of this are so dark and so immersive, and we have our main character, Elspeth, who has a kind of spirit living inside of her, and the power of the spirit is growing little by little, and we have a cursed kingdom and magic cards that hold power, and Elspeth and the king's nephew cross paths and they get entangled trying to lift the curse. And I loved it, and I want to reread it before I read the second book so I have everything fresh in my mind. So here we have a very, very unique magic system. We have like dark secrets, political subterfuge, we have fake dating, we have slow burn, we have like reluctant allies to lovers, and we have like that gothic fairy tale vibe that is perfect for this time of the year. And that's why I want to reread this now, because I don't want to read it next year, like in the spring or summer, because this is the perfect time to pick up this book. So yeah, One Dark Window. Next one is a book that I don't have yet. Let me put this back. It is The Hurricane Wars. It is insane how it blew up on social media. This is a debut adult fantasy romance. In this book, we follow Taliesin. I think she's called Taliesin, I don't know. And all she has ever known is the Hurricane Wars. She grew up as an orphan and a nation under siege by the ruthless Night Emperor. And Taliesin is hiding her deadly light magic, which is like a blazing power believed to have been wiped out years ago that can cut through the Night Emperor's shadows. So this is one side. On the other side of this conflict, we have Prince Alaric. He is the Emperor's only son and heir, and has been trained and forged into a weapon by his father, and he's a mighty shadow magic wielder and has never been bested. This is until he sees Taliesin burning brightly on the battlefield with the magic that killed his grandfather and turned his father into a monster and ignited the Hurricane Wars. When their powers clashed and merged, they created a power that has never been seen before, and Taliesin and Alaric both know this war can only end with them, but a greater threat is coming, and the strange new magic they can create together could be the only way to overcome it. So they are thrust into this uneasy alliance, and together they will confront the secrets that are at the heart of this war, and they will of course begin to know each other and develop a passion for each other. And this book was told to be an exquisite fantasy brimming with unforgettable characters, sizzling enemies to lovers romance, that's all we love, and richly drawn worlds. I am excited to read this book. I cannot wait to have it in my hands and read it, and of course I will tell you all about it once I'm finished. And the next book that I want to read is none other than Legends and Lattes, because I want to pick up Bookshop and Bone Dust once I have it, and I want to reread this so much. This is an adult cozy fantasy. I mean, this is so popular, you already know. We are following Viv. She's an orc and she's an ex-warrior, and she's just tired and fed up from bloodshed and the adventuring life, and she just wants to live a normal cozy life and open her dream coffee shop in the city of Tune, where no one has the faintest idea what coffee actually is. It's just, this is fantasy, low stakes fantasy. This is just good company and pure joy. And I want to have all these emotions from this book, and that's why I'm picking it up. Okay, next one is, let me grab it. Only a Monster. I really want to start this series. I heard only great things about it, and I want to get to know Like I said in my haul, these gorgeous people, I want to know them, who they are. I want to be their friend. So yeah, we're starting this book. In this book, we follow Joan, who during the summer went to stay at her late mother's eccentric family in London, and she suddenly learns the truth. Her family aren't just eccentric, they are monsters with terrifying hidden powers. And Nick, her super cute co-worker, isn't just a cute boy, he's a legendary monster slayer who will do anything to bring them down. As she battles Nick, Joan is forced to work with the beautiful and ruthless Aaron. He's the heir to a monster family that hates her own, and she'll have to embrace her monstrousness if she is to save herself and her family, because in this story, she is not the hero. And that's what drew me in. This book is supposed to be a stunning, dark romantic and time travel fantasy with fascinating historical details of England, and where our main female character is the anti-hero. This just sounds so different to me, and I'm so excited to dive into it and get to know all these characters. Okay, next one is Mooncakes. I love this book so much. It's so adorable, and you can just read it in one sitting and get all those cozy, fizzy feelings, okay? It's a love story between a witch and a werewolf, and there is also themes of like childhood best friends, found families, accepting life changes. If you enjoy wholesome fantasy creatures in a captivating plot line, you will fall in love with this book. If you also enjoy great artwork, just panels of pure joy, you will also love this book. And I thought about just adding some like cozy fantasies like Legends and Lattes and Mooncakes, because I have a pretty heavy dark fantasy books here, and I was like, okay, we would just balance it out with some of the coziness and other books. And yeah, that was the last book. Maybe I will read more, maybe I will add or replace some books, I don't know. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so we can become bookish friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!